How's it going, y'all? Top Smash MTG, and today we're here with a little bit of MTG discussion. No gameplay today. I just wanted to talk about some things and talk about the state of Magic, where it's in right now, and why there's actually a lot of problems with it. And it's kind of just one of the weirder places it's been in a long time. I don't mean to make this video clickbaity or anything. Just, I've kind of came to think about it myself, thinking about my viewing patterns as a viewer, things that interest me as a content creator. Just kind of looking at all the different airspaces out there and realizing Magic's in a weird place right now. So we'll talk about each of the formats to start this off with to kind of get a good idea of where we're standing at for each one and why it's so weird. First off, this is primarily a standard channel. That's what most people seem to enjoy is standard. So with standard right now, you have two different standards. You have traditional standard, which is everything in rotation all the way back from, Throne of Eldraine and all those kind of cards, Theros, Ikoria. Then we have Standard 2022, which is the preview of post-rotation standard coming up in the fall, and we're able to play that early. And this already presents both a good thing and a bad thing. It's great they gave us this to try new things out, try new cards out, and see what it's going to be like. And I've actually really enjoyed Standard 2022 for the most part. There's obviously some issues with it, and there's the format's never going to be perfect. But as a whole, I've really enjoyed it. But Standard still exists as well. And as far as with YouTube especially, I've noticed it for my audience, I've noticed it when I'm watching other people stream. I think people don't know what they want to see and what they really enjoy here. For a lot of people, Standard 2022 is great because we're all done with Throne of Eldraine cards, we're tired of seeing them, and we're ready for that change to move on, so Standard 2022 provides that outlet. On the other hand, though, a lot of people think Standard 2022 isn't a real format, and to be honest, it's really not. It's just a preview. So a lot of people, even though it's a really neat thing, they're not going to pay attention to it because they prefer traditional standard. They want to, this is what's legal, this is what's going to be tournament ready and available from most places. So that's the thing. On the other hand, right on that other foot of traditional standard, a lot of people are never going to touch it again. I'm kind of one of those people. I see people even streaming it right now. I'm like, it just doesn't suit my interest anymore. I've done this thing. There's not a lot of new cards going to be added to these new sets and new decks anyways. And we've all just done this song and dance for so long now, and we're tired of it. So it's a weird place to be right now because you have a fake format, which is arguably more interesting than the real one is. But the real one's been along so bad that a lot of people don't want to see it anymore. And unless you're a purist, a lot of people just kind of moved on from it already. It's confusing because as a viewer, I'll hop on Twitch, I can see a bunch of people on my follows list that I love to watch. And I kind of just go through and it's just like, none of this really grabs me. Like maybe one person's playing a Standard 2022, but it's a deck that I've already seen, or it's just not super interesting. Or I'll see somebody playing just regular standard, and automatically that's just kind of a turn off for me at this point. Then we have other formats as well, which have their own problems. So it's just kind of weird. I'm not really complaining about it. Just a weird time and weird place to be in Magic right now, and I don't know what people want. I don't know what I want. It's just a big confusing pile of garbage right now. So if you have one format or thing you're enjoying in particular, let me know in the comments. Let's talk about other things here. We've got Historic on MTG Arena as well, which recently had, we had Time Warp got banned a few weeks ago, and then recently we have Brainstorm getting banned now, which you would think would maybe spice that format up a little bit, but not a lot of really new stuff's coming to it too. Now we are getting Jumpstart cards coming here pretty soon, and from that leak that showed earlier, we're going to have some Modern Horizons 1 and 2 cards being put into the set, so maybe that makes Historic a lot more interesting, but as of right now, it's kind of the same old song and dance too. Definitely a lot more things to play there. But with the new set release, like Standard's kind of the way to go. So I'm also just kind of, it's D&D's not been out that long. I want to be able to focus on Standard stuff, but we don't know what Standard stuff to focus on. Historic's there. We got the Brainstorm ban, which I'm happy about, by the way. I do think that was a problem card ahead of Time Warp the whole time, anyways. But I don't know. It's all like I said. It's just a weird place. The most popular format, not the most popular format, but the format that seems the actual most fun right now is Modern. But if you don't want to play that in paper, you can play it on MTGO, but you can't play that on Arena. So it's like you have the one format that a lot of people everybody's been playing Modern says is great right now. People got that MH2 hype, people were opening packs and all this kind of stuff. I even saw people who never stream MTGO get MTGO accounts because they wanted to play it, they wanted to draft it, it was that good. But it's not on Arena, and if it's not on Arena, a lot of people aren't going to care. So you have the most accessible, most wanted to see format available on the worst client available. We have two different kinds of standard, which is splitting that player base up and dividing it. We have Historic, which is kind of just in the middle of it all right now, unsure of what it wants to do recently with bans. And then way off to the side, you got Commander, which don't matter what you do in Commander, because those Commander players are always going to be happy. They love them in Commander. They might argue about proxies a whole bunch. They might argue about a bunch of little stuff with that. But as a whole, Commander is always going to be here to stay. That is Wizards' #1 driving force behind cards. And hey, I don't hate it. I don't have nothing against Commander. Not really my thing for the most part, but I see the interest and appeal of it, and I think it's fantastic for the game. And this video may seem rambly. Don't mean for this to seem rambly. I'm kind of lost for myself here, and I'm kind of lost, like I said, both as a creator and as a brewer, as a a viewer. Like I don't know what I want. I don't know what y'all want. I don't know much of anything right now. So, in the comments, let me know, what are y'all playing, what are you enjoying, and what do you enjoy watching? Because some people, maybe they enjoy playing some Standard 2022, but they want to keep up and watch some Historic or watch traditional Standard. Maybe some players on my channel are like, hey, play some regular Standard, you jerk, you're ignoring it. And if enough people want to, I would. I'm just kind of over it, man. And this also, I mean, I'm kind of going out of order here, but this also brings up an issue with when rotation hits. Usually rotation is the most fun time of the year. Everybody looks forward to rotation because all these cards, like your Throne of Eldraine cards, finally rotate. And it's so fresh and new. But now, with Standard 2022, we've already got a pretty good taste of what it's going to be. So when rotation hits, it's actually not going to be a huge deal. Yes, we'll have another set in the making that can also change some of these things. But it's not going to be that big wave of energy that we always get, because we've already kind of dipped our toes in there and we've spoiled ourselves a little bit. So I don't know if I even really have a moral to this video. I kind of just want some discussion here and let me know what y'all think. But I hope Magic can get together. I hope with this coming rotation, and once we get back to just the regular standard all in one place, hopefully it stays good. Standard 2022 has been refreshing. It's been enjoyable for me. And there does seem to be a lot of potential as far as, a lot of different decks you can play that feel viable, but nothing feels super, super broken. There's always going to be a best deck. That's anything with Magic that you play. But as a whole, I think it's got a lot of potential, and I'm looking forward to post-rotation Standard once it comes here. I just don't want to play traditional Standard anymore. It's just, I've done my time with Theros. Maybe I'm going to go back and Embercleave some people before it ends. I do love me some Embercleave with some Winota, but I haven't missed seeing Yorions. I haven't missed getting matched up against Rogues all the time. There's a lot of stuff that I don't miss about traditional Standard anymore. That's for dang sure. So I hope y'all enjoy. Let me know in the comments what y'all play and what y'all are watching, all that kind of thing. For everybody who stuck with me, thanks for the support. My channel's in this little flow the past year, really, where the first week of a set release, I do a 10 decks video and everybody loves that. Then we get some pretty good views on like the first week, and then it kind of just putters out. And I'll be honest, it gets really hard for me to want to have the motivation to do it anymore. But I just try to keep in mind that even though I may not have like a lot of subscribers influxing and coming in like I used to, the number doesn't really go down a whole bunch. And I see the same faces in the comments. Like every single person that ever comments on a video of mine, don't think I don't notice you. I do try to comment and respond to most comments that come in. But, especially those of you who comment often, like I remember your names, I remember your avatars. And y'all really do just mean the world to me when you comment. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the support and love for the channel. But that's all we got here. Thank y'all for support. Enough rambling. Sorry for the rambling video. More gameplay to come in the next one. Let's go.